Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're looking for a highly structured, visual breakdown of the absolute most popular English movies of 2025, well, you are in exactly the right place. I am so thrilled to guide you through this explainer today. We're going to break down an incredible slate of Hollywood films that have completely transformed the cinematic landscape this year. From mind-bending science fiction to literally spectacular blockbusters, we've got a ton of ground to cover, and we're going to do it all right here, using these slides.
Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever stopped to wonder what exactly makes a movie a true must-see in today's crowded market? I mean, is it the massive, dazzling spectacle? The return of our favorite battle-hardened franchises? Or maybe it's those daring, original narratives that push the boundaries of psychology and genre? As we explore the top 10 films of the year, I want you to keep that question right in the back of your mind.
All right, here's our roadmap for this explainer. Instead of just reading a list from 10 to 1, we're going to explore the underlying themes and trends of these massive hits while we reveal their rankings. We'll be looking at 1. The 2025 cinematic landscape. 2. Box office and franchise expansions. 3. Sci-fi, horror, and survival. 4. Mind-bending auteur visions. 5. The number one spot. And finally, 6. Your next movie night.
Section 1. The 2025 cinematic landscape. A year of bold risks and huge returns. $950 million. That is the staggering worldwide box office total for our number 10 pick, a Minecraft movie. Directed by Jared Hess, this live-action adventure takes 4 pretty unusual heroes, led by the renowned builder Steve, right into the cubic universe to stop the evil Lord Melosa. Now, to be fair, the film has faced criticism for having a weak storyline and lacking complex character journeys, but honestly, its visually stunning replication of the game's distinctive style made it a massive, family-friendly commercial success. It actually became the second highest box office total for a video game adaptation ever. It just goes to show you, sometimes pure visual fun absolutely conquers the theater.
Section 2. Box office and franchise expansions. Returning heroes and massive spin-offs.
At number 8, we've got Marvel's Thunderbolts. Just look at this complex MCU Phase 5 roster here on the screen. It includes Yelena Belova, Bucky Barnes, Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster, U.S. Agent, and a newcomer named Bob. Brought together under CIA agent Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, this crew of former villains and anti-heroes makes for a genuinely compelling chapter. What really anchors this gritty film, though, is Lewis Pullman's incredibly nuanced portrayal of Bob, which provides a highly delicate look at trauma and mental wellness. It's a clever, character-driven focus that actually prioritizes group interactions over dazzling, empty spectacle.
And hey, speaking of spectacle, let's compare 2 high-octane franchise installments. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning sitting at number 4, and the John Wick spin-off Ballerina, our number 6. On the left, Final Reckoning gives Ethan Hunt a nearly 3-hour epic finale. We're talking unmatched underwater and aircraft stunts as the IMF crew battles a rogue AI known as the Entity. But it's kind of hampered by excessive exposition and an antagonist lacking psychological complexity. On the right, Ballerina follows Eve Macaro, played brilliantly by Ana de Armas, on a super-slick, flamethrower-filled revenge mission with the Ruska Roma. It offers incredible choreographed fighting, but struggles by relying heavily on predictable John Wick cliches. Basically, both deliver legendary action, but they each navigate their own distinct narrative flaws.
Section 3. Sci-fi, horror, and survival. Pushing the limits of genre.
Get ready for some terrifying survival stories, because coming in at number 9 is The Gorge. This sci-fi horror action film sets up an incredibly isolated premise. 2 professional snipers, Levi and Dasa, are monitoring this massive void from opposing towers. Bound by strict procedure, they slowly develop a bond. But then, boom, odd creatures begin crawling up from the void, and this careful character drama suddenly spirals into a terrifying revelation about bioweapon experiments.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast in the film's execution. On one hand, it acts as a genre-bending thriller with undeniably powerful visual sequences set against surreal horror settings. But on the flip side, this is weighed down by a heavy reliance on CGI monsters and a really jarring thematic transition from romance to action-heavy horror. This instability ultimately weakens the psychological impact it initially sets up so well.
Moving on to number 7, we've got Final Destination: Bloodlines. The plot here follows college student Stephanie Reyes, who uncovers a generational curse tied to a devastating 1968 structural collapse that her grandmother survived. Stephanie has to race against time to outwit destiny and save her family's bloodline from death's unrelenting plan. As you can see right here, this sixth franchise installment represents the ultimate horror trade-off. It successfully returns to the hallmark Rube Goldberg-style death scenes the series is known for, bringing brilliant cleverness and much sharper jokes. But unfortunately, the film suffers from lackluster character development. When the human arcs are weak, it honestly lessens the true intensity and stakes of those super gory set pieces.
Taking the number 3 spot is Predator: The Killer of Killers. I'll just walk you through this animated anthology's historical timeline real quick. It spans 3 distinct historical eras: a Viking shield maiden in 841 CE Scandinavia, samurai warrior brothers in 1185 CE feudal Japan, and a war pilot in a 1942 World War II dogfight. Eventually, these human heroes are brought together in an alien gladiatorial stadium. The animation is absolutely incisive, and the action is intense. It's a great exploration of Predator history, but to remain impartial, it's worth noting that because of the anthology structure, the short arcs do leave some of the character trajectories feeling a bit underdeveloped.
Section 4. Mind-bending auteur visions. Unique philosophical journeys.
Let's slow things down a bit for some deep, existential drama. At number 5 is Mickey 17, directed by the visionary Bong Joon-ho. Set in 2045, it follows Mickey Barnes, played by Robert Pattinson, who inhabits the frozen planet Niflheim. So here's the premise. Every time Mickey dies on a mission, a new clone is created with his past experiences, but a massive, unforeseen identity struggle erupts when a second Mickey is accidentally created. Pattinson delivers a multi-layered, electrifying performance here, diving into themes of capitalism and colonial rule. It's a fantastic world, though keep in mind the film does become quite unpredictable, with jarring tone shifts and lengthy scenes after the halfway mark.
Let's move to our number 2 pick and see how this builds. It's Mike Flanagan's adaptation of the Stephen King novella, The Life of Chuck. The narrative structure here actually plays out entirely in reverse. Step 1 starts in the apocalyptic present, with worldwide tragedies unfolding. Step 2 jumps back to his passionate adulthood, and Step 3 reveals his quiet early years. It's a remarkable piece combining existential drama and science fiction, dissolving the myth to show the man beneath an ordinary life. The philosophical weight is definitely heavy, though some reviewers found the romantic tone to be slightly superficial and somewhat overshadowed by narration.
So I want to ask you directly, looking at Bong Joon-ho's satirical cloning crisis versus Mike Flanagan's reverse apocalyptic character study, do you prefer your mind-bending cinema laced with dark comedy or profound existential dread? Knowing what kind of thematic journey you enjoy most is really the key to picking your perfect movie night.
Section 5, the number 1 spot, 2025's ultimate genre triumph.
Here we are, claiming the number 1 spot is Sinners. Directed by Ryan Coogler, this 1932 Gothic thriller stars Michael B. Jordan in an outstanding dual performance as twins Smoke and Stackmore. Having relocated from Chicago to Mississippi, the brothers, alongside a blues guitarist named Sammy, face a malevolent vampiric threat. This film flawlessly blends historical drama, Mississippi blues music, and supernatural horror, using the vampires as a brilliant metaphor for systemic tyranny and cultural exploitation.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why it earned the top spot. Sinners boasts outstanding dual performances and incredibly atmospheric direction from Coogler. The horror builds slowly, but hits with massive strength. However, the second act does get pretty crowded, suffering from slow pacing and introducing new side stories that ultimately go nowhere. Yet its uplifting core and engaging characters still make it the single most influential, popular genre film of the year.
Section 6. Your next movie night. The complete 2025 rankings.
Here is your ultimate cheat sheet on screen. From A Minecraft movie at 10, all the way up to Sinners at number 1. As we look down this list, it's just amazing to see how 2025 seamlessly blended horror, sci-fi, dark comedy, and high-octane action across these top 10 rankings. Whether you are looking for the sprawling 3-hour espionage of Mission Impossible, the reverse chronology heart of The Life of Chuck, or the Rube Goldberg horror of Final Destination, this list absolutely proves there is a masterfully crafted story waiting for everyone.
So, I leave you with this final, provocative thought. Which of these top-rated films will you conquer first for your next movie night? Will you face the void, battle an AI entity, or step into a 1930s Gothic thriller? Take what you've learned from these slides, grab some popcorn, and go experience the magic of 2025 cinema for yourself. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy watching!